Back to skill training videos after a long period of time. It's time now guys, to talk about healing today. Now, healing is a skill I really don't like a lot, but let's dive straight into it. I have one healer, and we are going to find out that in the 3 accounts you're allowed on second age, at least one guy should have healing, and for a very specific reason. But let's find out here what the Wikipedia says about healing. So healing basically here heals damage just with bandages. This is the formula. So you need anatomy and healing to heal. And this table shows you the amount of damage that you can heal through bandages, and it's quite a lot. For instance, at GM anatomy and GM healing, you can heal up to 80 damage. So that's definitely a lot. And before you ask, can I not have anatomy and still be good at healing? The answer is no, because you need anatomy at least at 60 to have a chance of 80% to cure somebody who was poisoned, and you need a minimum 80 of anatomy to give at least a chance to resurrect somebody. So if you have GM healing but you don't have anatomy, you're not gonna cure and you're not gonna resurrect nobody. And also bear in mind that the damage that you cure here is much less with anatomy. And also, if you have healing, you are a dexer. And why on earth you are making a dexer without anatomy? That doesn't make any sense. Anatomy boosts your damage, boosts the bandages, so it's a no-brainer, as they say. So they say you have to have 60 healing and 60 anatomy to have chance to cure poison, and you have to have 80 healing and 80 anatomy to have a chance to resurrect somebody. You have very slow timer on this on second age when you apply bandages to yourself, while applying bandages to others, the timers are a bit faster. So it's preferable for skill training to have 2 healing and alt, because if you heal an alt character, you have 5 seconds delay if the guy is not poisoned, and 6 seconds delay if the guy is poisoned. Whereas if you heal yourself, you have 15 seconds delay if you're not poisoned, and 18 seconds delay if you're poisoned. And resurrect, of course, it's always on an alt, because it's hard to resurrect yourself. And it's a 10 second timer. Now, it's very recommended, because healing is very slow at the low skills. It's recommended to start with 50 healing. So when you start your dexter, you start with 50 majoring and 50 healing. And from 50 healing, okay, you just buy anatomy to 30, you raise anatomy to GM. And what you're going to do to raise your skill? Typically you will have, you have 15 slots. You should have a character in which, oh, I need to raise wrestling on that character, oh, I need to raise swordsmanship on that character. And what do? You hire an NPC, and if you want to know anything about this, top right corner here, how to raise melee skill fast and AFK. So you hire an NPC, and with your character that you want to raise the skill with, you bash at the NPC. On the character you have healing, you keep healing the NPC, and healing the NPC will raise your healing very fast. Every 5 seconds delay, it's very fast. But what happens when you are, say, at 60 healing? You can switch at 60 healing, or you can switch at 70, you can switch at 75, 80, depending on what you wish. There is another method to raise healing, and it is the snake method with the bow, and I'm going to show you what I mean, okay, in a sec. I will stop this. This is the method. You have your character that you're healing. Okay, in this case, Sid Barrett from the Pink Floyd. The guy must not have archery. You equip him with a bow, okay, and without arrows. The guy will stand still there, will not hit the snake. See, the snake is not hit. It's not hit at all, the snake. The snake will keep aggroing your guy, and you have a simple use bandage, absolute target on the guy, pause 6 seconds, and loop. And that's it. This is your macro, and this is the way you're going to raise your healing from 60 to 80. Once you are at 80, Sid Barrett dies, and we'll see what happens. You see now, Sid Barrett is dead. is in war mode, so is always visible, and you change a macro with a delay of 10 seconds and just keep healing and healing and healing and healing. So this requires a lot of bandages to GM healing, and I say it's been quite a long time since I've done it, but I think you need like 20k bandages to do this. I'm not sure, but yeah, 20k bandages. Bandages normally go for either 1.5 gold pieces per bandages, so it requires 30k to GM healing, starting from 50, of course. Or you can just make bandages on your own with the ships, collecting walls from the ship, and making cloth and cutting cloth one by one on second age, unfortunately. Now, what do we need healing for? I'm gonna show you a couple of things regarding healing and regarding how to make these things show, for instance. So we're saying that healing is important, to have one healer with healing on one of your 3 accounts, because when you need to train character, you're gonna need healing, okay? Because you're gonna need to heal the NPC that you're bashing at, so you're gonna need healing for that. And also, if you're a dexer, you're going to need healing. And this is very important, how to set up this. If you see here in Razor, that under display counters, bandage timer, this is the latest version of Razor, so I recommend you using that, because with this version also Classic UO works, and you want to play with Classic UO in 2024, come on. You're going to say show bandage timer overhead, or insist message where you like. Show bandaging start message, show bandaging end message. Okay, this is how you set up this. So if I damage myself, with the correct character, okay, let me damage myself, okay, and if I start bandages, okay, now I'm not poisoned. When it gets to 15 seconds, I heal up, okay. And how do you do that? We have to go under hotkeys, and here, for instance, say bandage self. This is the hotkey that you assign. There is another, use bandages with no timer, and that doesn't work. Okay, you gotta, if you want to have a timer, you're gonna use this. So I think that's pretty much it for healing. It's a skill that, in my opinion, is not very strong in this era, but if you're a dexer, of course, it's strong. And I recommend having one guy with healing on one of your 15 tools, because yeah, you gotta have one. We already mentioned why. If you want to have the latest Razor, and if you want to play with Classic UO, I'm gonna put a link top right corner here on how to download Classic UO and attach the latest Razor to it. Also, should also work with New Legacy, but the browser version, we're going to investigate that. So for now, that's all. Until next time.